Hello and welcome. This is Diana, and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is Life Path 33 for the sign of Taurus. And just kind of think about like what you've been working through or what you've been trying to release or what you need to gain insight on, right? And we'll just kind of go through the process and see what pops up and go from there. So, abundance, pride, and discipline. Again with abundance. Kind of interesting, huh? Celebration, dream, and the mind. Nope. I think that was the master. No, nothing. Okay, so they just said it's something that you've been like asking about. Um, Discipline. Got it. Sorry, they just told me to switch the way. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I mean, it's going to be, if you're not already grounded, I would say go ahead and start grounding your energy because it just kind of feels like the energy is a lot, Taurus. Like whatever you've been working through, it's kind of like, it's been an ongoing thing in regards to the contracts that you've signed up for in this reality, having to do with like it goes way, way back. It could very well be Celtic lineage. Um, yeah, and they just said that's the truth. And you may not even know it's there, but it's somewhere in the layers of like your aura that like your reality is kind of either affecting your abundance. Um, it's kind of like the mind is muddled. And it's the power because again, like your mind is like the most powerful thing that you have, and it can heal the body, right? And they're having studies on this, how like the mind literally can reconstruct its reality. Think matrix stuff, right? So like through the exploration of like getting back into the nothingness, the understanding that like this is a fleeting reality that we're currently living in, and it's time for you to be the lotus and push through the mud and allow yourself to like really be in the presence of the here and the now. And it's like through the discipline of like conscious creation, like as you are like refocusing your reality, right? Because what you focus on, you give birth to. And so like as you're like reattuning, like does that in the grand scheme of things, does what I'm focusing on even fucking matter? Like does it really matter? And if it doesn't, then you push it aside and you say, I will not give this any time and space or any mental frame of mind. Like that is a thought form that no longer serves me, and I pull it out of my reality by the root, right? And it's like you commanding your reality of what it is that you want as you proceed forward. When you start flipping whatever it is that you're experiencing and look at it as a way that the divine has taught you how to maneuver in the reality, because you can see so much more between emotions and perspectives and projections and the how the world is operating, right? The how the people are operating. And when you can see things from a secondary nature, it's very hard to pull into reality what it is that your mind believes is the reality you should be experiencing, right? It is the highest timeline. And I get that whole like, if I'm living and I'm in my mind know that X, Y, and Z is gonna happen, it just hasn't happened yet. Like, then you're still living in the yet. It's you have to move as if it's already happened. And so, like, get into your space and get into your own frame of being. And as you unlock your own sensuality, as you unlock like your own magnetic attractors, right? Because we all have them. And it doesn't mean that it's like the size of your body or the what you're projecting. It's literally like the way that you energetically flow when you are happy, like genuinely happy in your body and you feel good about being in your body, your energetic frequency shifts and you push out, right? And we all find ourselves getting in those states where you can feel stuck or you can feel impeded or overwhelmed by like the what you're mentally replaying continuously, or the why is it not here yet, right? And so like there's power in prayer. And so like as you lean into like the understandings of the patience of what it takes for the flower to actually bloom, right? All of the times as it's creating something out of completely nothing. And it just knows, and it's on that pilot, it's on that autopilot, it's on that run phase. And it's through the nothingness that that thing can be built, right? And so like as you need to lean into, to collapse, to truly state into a frame of being where all possibilities can truly be endless through the it's the discipline of your own creativity. It's the discipline within your own understanding. As you are understanding why you're comparing yourself to another, or why you are, they're saying degrading, it's being mean, like just because the thoughts in your mind that you project about yourself, you essentially project out into another. And so when you're accidentally dropping something, that's what the ego is thinking about you. And so you have to kind of bring it back into this is wild. They were saying this last week. So it's bringing life back into the basics. And although you have all these tools, although you have all these divine connections, although you are able to see like foresight, right? Although you are able to like rebalance your own body, it's understanding the success that you got to that phase, the foundational experiences that you had to explore, right? And how you had to refine that process so that you then felt like you were always falling, operating on a high flying disc, right? And that's the creation of the what you want to perceive and give out to another. And so, like, as that higher perspective, as you're going through and unpacking, like, the what you've been working through in this phase, understand that mirroring aspect and how others that you are incorporating and seeing are also working through those same aspects. Is there anything else that I need from this deck? Not these, possibly. Someone needs to be patient because also the stars are not in the favor of whatever it is that you're working through. Like with your pride, there's a reason why that stubbornness or the stuck energy that you're unwilling to release, like why it's not going, because the gateway is actually not open yet. You have to wait with the moon cycles, with the star cycles, with the planetary alignments, right? Like understanding which portion you're supposed to be activating within that sequence. It's having to do with electromagnetic fields is what I'm identifying or seeing. It's kind of like everybody that you know is waiting for this shift to take place. And it's kind of collecting from everywhere and then bringing it home. Could be with books, could be with like energy signatures, maybe rock formations. I don't know, that's kind of interesting. You could also maybe be wanting to go to like the desert or Arizona or something. Or maybe you're thinking back to a time in Arizona. They're also saying too, like remember part of the lesson, part of the understanding of like the growth pattern of the rebirthing cycle of that like flowering is like you have to get through, you got to trudge through the stuff. You got to get into a state where like you are fully disciplined, structured, picking somebody who is aligned with your energy. It's so much of the time like your body is essentially honing for a mate. And so you're looking at DNA without even realizing you're looking at DNA. I don't know. But again, like that soul has to need particular DNA structures to come into reality. And there could be a reflection of the why going through XYZ. Like, why is something happening? And again, it's through the power of positivity, a power through prayer. It's you understanding that everything is a reflection of you. And yeah, so like through your mind, you are powerful. Like through your focus on consciousness, on the understanding of I'm so happy and blessed that X did X, Y, and Z, right? Sticking in the prayer of seeing your, if you guys don't read Neville Goddard, I would definitely read Neville, because his spin on the law of assumption of it is done, is very, very powerful. And so do that through like stargazing or moon gazing, and allow yourself with this moon to just kind of rebalance. Allow yourself to be in a state where you are mm, connecting with your ancestors and just rectifying with the divine. It's kind of like it's that reverence for the celebration of the journey of how you ended up right where you ended up. And it's through that you could not have gotten here without going through that, right? And so also something in regards to consciously creating with a child. So the child's very gifted, and so you need to consciously create a vision of what you see to be your highest reality, right? And lean into that. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that there, yeah, because it kind of feels like it's like really trying to dial it in. Again, if something in this resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you would like a reading or a healing, all of that information is below. Calendars are open. If you cannot get a spot or can't figure it out, email me. Until next time, ciao.